In a famous movie, Robert De Niro uttered these words, "The drinks are on the house." Nah, nah, nah. The drinks are on the house. I've owned a few bars in life, and when someone is drunk enough to buy the whole round of the whole bar around the drinks, we ring the bell. And for this segment, the drinks are on the house because I'm just so happy to be joined by my favorite person, a media mogul extraordinaire. My partner, Frank Morano, joins us from the studios of 77 WABC Radio in New York City. Hi, buddy. Welcome back.
Hello, John. It's good to be back. First of all, of course, the line is not complete the way you said it. It's the drinks are on the house.
House.
You're so kind with that introduction. It almost made me forget that the 8-ball that's in front of you and the bell that you just rang are both mine. And I've been trying to get them back. And that gavel is mine, too. That whole house is filled with Frank Morano.
Oh, don't forget about this guy. Hello.
My goodness.
We got all your stuff over here, pal. And then let's not forget
the bell. Absolutely.
Frank used to scold me all the time that you can't overuse the bell. It kills the goodness of it as an audio trick. And when we don't have a psychic or a medium on, and I need to forecast the future,
I turn to the magic 8-ball.
I do use his magic 8-ball. Now, in honor of you joining us, I don't know if you can see, but I have the NYPD hat going today. But I thought it might be fitting for our audience to know that there is some new gear out there. Which is all the rage these days.
That's right.
And
it's all anybody's talking about. I got mine.
Everybody's talking about it. There's like full-page ads in the New York Daily News of Frankie's face in the full-page ad. And now the Morano gear is on its way, working its way around all the political circles. I saw the other day you had two monsters. You must have tracked them down and put the hats on them.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing I like about this indoor dining. I'm going to take this off because it has not yet been fitted from my large cranium. Is that you're always running into people, you know, you walk around Midtown here, and there's no telling who you see. Every day I see somebody different. Yesterday it happened to be the minority leader of the state assembly, Will Barkley. The day before that it was Chris Ruddy, the CEO of Newsmax, and former Nixon grandson Christopher Cox. So I gave them both a couple of Morano hats, which they didn't seem that pleased to receive, but they took a picture and they were sports about it, so it was nice.
I love that you're such a grand promoter that you're walking around with your Morano hats in your bag, that you just happen to have two extras laying around.
I was holding to give them and walking to give them to someone else, and then I gave them to the Chris's instead. So
all right, fair enough. You're on top of things. I know you're working day and night now. You're doing the mornings on 77 WABC simulcast into the Hamptons on WLIR 107.1 here in New York. In a couple of weeks, you're going to be the overnight man at 77 WABC Radio. Then on Saturdays and Sundays and Labor Day, they got you working day and night, Frankie. Can you look good?
Thankfully, I've been blessed that that there's no one else willing to work for the wages that I'm working for. That's true.
Well, I'm glad that your wages with Liquid Lunch are completely rectified, because that would have been the place where you inserted a evil jab about how the wages here are so bad because they're minus.
Well, I mean, look, I mean, if we're going to bring that up, I mean, it was an extra $500 that I was owed, but I was not going to bring that up again, and I was kind of just gonna look the other way on that. But since you bring it up, this is what he still has to get in
some kind of jab. All right, well, I'm going to put that on your tab. All right, because I think if we're going to go that far back, I think you owe me $40 for gas from the election night when your car ran out of gas, and I probably
I think when you were kind enough to host some Morano-affiliated people at your house last Saturday, I easily consumed at least $200 worth of bourbon. So why don't we call it even?
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. And look, I'm still working on this bottle of Woodford Reserve. I'm trying to kill this thing. It's like the bourbon that never dies. This bottle.
Trust me, John. When it comes to bourbon consumption, if anybody can do it, it's you.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that. So tell me about September 28th. What's going to start happening? This is the Frank Morano program that's going to be on?
Well, John announced this yesterday, and John likes the sound the other side of midnight, right? So that's what the hat sounds. So we're, if that's going to be the thing. We'll explore the paranormal and a whole bunch of other things, the things you don't see on the front pages of the news.
So the late night show is going to be the other side of midnight.
Right, correct.
I like that. And you're going to get into UFOs and Bigfoot and paranormal and psychic.
Not just that. We're not going to be coast to coast because nobody can be coast to coast. But we're going to get into everything. Right.
But I'm saying you are gonna delve into these nooks and crannies that.
100%. If you look at what we learned this week about Venus, some scientists are coming out and saying that the gas that they found on Venus is an indication that there could be life on Venus. Why haven't we heard about that in the newspapers? Why isn't anybody talking about that? So those are the kind of issues, the issues that everybody's too busy to cover during the rest of the day. When everyone else goes to bed, we'll stay up and explore them.
So it's like, it's like when you go to like Freddy's Gourmet and they have like the antipasto salad. It's all the little bits and pieces of the meats that they chopped up that were left over. They make a salad out of it. You're taking all the little bits and pieces that everybody left as scraps, and you're making a gourmet meal out of it.
That's exactly right. That's right.
Well, if you're in the New York area and you're in a car or you have a transistor radio, starting September 28th, you got to put on the other side of midnight with Frank Morano, because this is gonna be must-listen radio. But also you got to go to 77wabc.com.
It's actually WABCradio.com.
77wabcradio.com. And then you can listen live anywhere in the world, and you can take Frank with you if you get the ABC app.
Right. Even the show that I'm doing now, people can listen to on their podcast app if they have iTunes or Google Podcasts, whatever. If they just search my name, Frank Morano, and then click the subscribe button. If they are listening, if they wanted to leave a nice review, that will help other people find the podcast as well. So I appreciate you mentioning that, John. Thank you.
All right. Well, I know you've graduated from Liquid Lunch to the big leagues now. You're in.
I'm still watching, though. Still watching every day.
All right. Well, I don't think you're really watching anymore, because you would usually send me texts if something screwed up, or nothing's changed in that department. We have at least 1 to 2 screw ups every day, so you would usually point them out to me. So I guess you're really busy now.
Yeah, well, I've been commenting on the Liquid Lunch Facebook, but sometimes, I guess because I'm still an administrator of the Facebook page, it comes up not as myself, but as Liquid Lunch making the comment.
Oh, console,
yeah.
Right. Oh, and I thought all those were Jess. I was wondering how she was making such insightful contributions to the comments. It was,
Trust me, her contributions are far more insightful than mine. That's true.
Yeah, insightful, maybe energetic. But we're working on that. We'll see what happens. But
don't pick on you.
You're always a dynamic and electrifying guest, and thank you for always making some time for us. And we got to have you back soon, maybe for a little onset. I miss you.
Well, I'd love to come back, John, anytime you want me. I'd love to get you back into Manhattan Island, and we can check out some of these outdoor dining spots. Maybe the outdoor version of Forlini's. That'd be nice.
I'd love that. All right, we got to put that on the calendar. Frank Morano, the host of The Other Side of Midnight, starting and premiering on September 28th on 77 WABC Radio, 77WABCradio.com. My buddy, my pal, my compatriot. And speaking of patriots, you know who started the Tea Party? My next guest. Stay right there.